Hi, guys. Hey, Liplock. Hey, Sassy Ann. Hey, Jojo. Hello, Teresa. Hey, Mrs. Colt. How are you guys? You guys doing pretty good today? I had to go get Maddie's cat and take it to the vet. And I got there, and Maddie was really upset. The cat didn't want to go in the carrier. What's up, Patty? Um, so Maddie was having her a little breakdown, but we got it worked out. She's doing good. She's okay. For real. For real. Damn, I look pale. I needed to put my what's up, Katie Ann? What is up, Katie Ann? But we had fun yesterday. We went to a store called Five and Below, and oh my gosh, Maddie got me a hat. Last time we went to the Halloween store when she got the cat ears for me. This time she got me a hat. I'll have to wear it sometime for everybody, for real. But I thought we would talk about Audrey Cunningham today. I had pulled up some stuff yesterday about her, and that is a horrible situation. Now, I want to start out with, and I'll get right into it. Okay, wait, let me find it. So Audrey's father and grandfather released a statement, and I'll pull it up and share it with you guys, because that's how I roll. Let me give you guys the rundown on my channel. Welcome to my channel. I commentate. If you get a little education, that's a thumbs up. Island girl. I want to be an island girl. And so that's a thumbs up if you guys get any education out of it. I will say it. I hate to say my channel is for entertainment purposes, because I don't think talking about missing children or horrible things that happen to children as entertaining, but I'm going to throw it out there. Okay, for sure. Opinions and theories with no repercussions. I am human. Okay, I'm a human being. Just to let everybody know, I am a human being. Okay, for real. For real, for real. Okay, which one do I have pulled up here? Not that one. This one. Okay. So, oh Lord. So yes, when Maddie had her little breakdown over the cat, it made me have a little breakdown as a nana. And I was like, please, please take deep breaths. Maddie, my granddaughter Maddie is 11. She turned 11 in January on the 21st, right? Yeah, tick here to prove you're not a robot, wee Scottish mom. I am not a robot. I'm not a robot. I can prove it. Spirit ball, am I a robot? No. It's saying no. Okay. All right, Spirit ball, you're good. You're good. Now, I've seen some crazy stuff going around, oh goodness. It's hard to keep up with all these different channels talking about Summer's case and things like that. Yes, Spirit ball. The Spirit ball just went right off on its own. But I'm going to talk about Audrey right now. So The system failed us. Audrey Cunningham's father and grandmother released a statement following her passing. The father of Audrey Cunningham, along with her grandmother, have released a statement after she was found in the Trinity River on Tuesday. The Livingston girl was at the center of an Amber Alert and had been missing for 6 days. She was found on Tuesday after multiple days of searching. Okay. You guys let me, I want to make sure you guys can hear this because somewhere there was a problem with you guys not being able to hear some of the things I was putting out. So please put a 1 in the chat if you are able to hear this. Oh, wait, I'm not hearing it either. What is going on here? Why? Hang on, you guys. I need to do something here. No, that's not it. I don't know why it's, I don't know why I can't hear anything. That doesn't make any sense. Anyhow, I'm going to read it to you guys. So anyhow, Saturday, her father and grandmother released a statement saying they are devastated by what happened to Audrey, saying the suspect in her unaliving, Don Stephen McDougal, did not show up in the sex offender registration system when they looked him up before allowing him to stay on their property. I'm going to tell y'all right now, do you guys really believe that they pulled him up? And this is why they can say that, okay? This is why they can say that. Because when he was charged with, what was it, incitement of a child, which was one of his charges, he pled down. He did not have to register. He did not have to register for that. Okay? So, of course, they're not going to find him on that registry. We do know her, the cause of her passing was blunt force trauma. The Munch and Cunningham families are devastated and grieving for what happened to our little ray of sunshine, Audrey. We are being attacked and criticized on social media platforms for showing compassion and mercy to this formerly incarcerated person. But our interactions with this person were a result of our faith. Really? Really? So because of your faith, you let a criminal stay on your property, knowing that this man did not care about human life. Okay? The dude stabbed somebody in the back. Yeah, Teresa. I'll show his record again also. Okay. So Dad and Grandma, listen to this. Their interactions with McDougal were a result of our faith, which teaches us to give our fellow man a second chance. Yeah, I did see that lip lock. I did. I'm going to pull it up. Craziness. Unfortunately, the system failed us due to a loophole in the sex offender registration system. So what are they doing right here? What are they already doing? What's Dad and Grandma already doing? They're blaming everybody else. And they're even throwing their faith up there, right? And if he was on, if the cell that he was in, if he was saying that he was going to unalive himself, then they put on, that suit on them. If you remember correctly, doggone it, I can't remember the name. Hey, act right, people. Act right, people. Act right, people. It was the case where the mom and dad were extreme upper substance abusers, and the baby was actually found in a wooded area across from their trailer. And I can't remember the name right off the top of my head. But in court, it had been some type of law enforcement had went in to talk to him, and he had one of those suits on, and she said that he was trying to show his wanker to her, and he was like, no, it was the best thing that they had on. So that was probably McDougal's excuse too, other than he's pure sick. What's up, Cotton Candy 665? I agree. I have to agree with you. I agree. Okay. So they're being criticized on social media platforms for showing compassion. Where was the compassion for your daughter? Where was that compassion? Where was the compassion to Audrey? You kept this little girl from her mother. And I could go on and on. Oh, you were waiting to see if they said they'd see her in the resurrection. So the system failed them due to a loophole in the SEX offender registration system. Don Stephen McDougal had a history of disrespect for young female children. Adult women too, okay? Adult women too. But it did not show up when we checked the registry before allowing him to stay in an old camper in our backyard while he tried to start a new life. Okay. Look where that got you. Had we been aware of what we know now, this man would never have set foot on our property, much less been a part of our little girl's life. I'm sorry, I don't believe that. Hey, Sue. I don't. The family thanked law enforcement for their efforts to find Audrey and also urged lawmakers to look at the loophole, which they say prevented them from knowing McDougal was a convicted SEX offender. Audrey Daniel Cunningham will be missed, but hopefully not forgotten, as we would like to ask legislatures and law enforcement both locally and in Washington, D.C., to look at the loophole that prevented us from knowing what McDougal was, a convicted SEX offender. The SEX offender registry is a valuable tool that parents and grandparents everywhere use to keep their child safe from these violent predators. The failing of the system is a crime that we cannot allow to go overlooked. Just because you couldn't find the man on the registry doesn't mean that you couldn't have known what the man had done previously. It makes no sense. That's right. That's right, Cotton Candy. Now, I did, when I talked about Audrey's case the other day, right? I don't know who you're saying hello to, wee Scottish mom, but so anyhow, it does. It sounds like a bunch of excuses, doesn't it, Miss Justice? The family announced a public memorial ceremony will be held for Audrey at the Baptist Church in Livingston on Friday, March 1st. It will be between 5 and 8. Please wear purple. It was Audrey's favorite color. A private funeral ceremony will be held the next day for close friends and family only. Please respect the family in their time of grieving. How sad can that be? Thank you, Teresa. Okay, let's see if we can get a little bit of a timeline here. And I'm going to go back over his record too, you guys. I will go back over his. Okay, timeline. What we know about Capital Red Rum suspect in 11-year-old Audrey Cunningham's case. Court documents were released Wednesday afternoon detailing the Capital Red Rum charge that Don Stephen McDougal now faces after the disappearance and passing away of 11-year-old Audrey Cunningham. Give me a second, you guys. I've got some pictures here that I want to pull up for y'all. This was at Audrey's, this was at Audrey's, hey Jack, Audrey's, oh, definitely they're doing damage control. Absolutely. Wholeheartedly believe they're doing damage control, for sure. This guy's record was crazy. Okay. Now, the redacted arrest warrant. Let me see if I can get it. I can't get it any bigger. Gosh darn it. Here, let me try this. No, that's not what I want. Why can't I get that statement bigger? Here we go. Sorry. Give me just a minute. Welcome to my low budget channel, y'all. Okay. And I got to look a little bit. I did order my new glasses. I ordered them offline. Hey, the mouse. Is Poppy in here? Hey, Poppy. Okay. I would love to make this bigger. And I don't know if it's going to let me. Okay. Let me see. Okay, that's just you have the right to remain silent if you need an interpreter. That's exactly what that is. He's under no bond. No bond. He refused to sign his rights. He refused to sign them. Okay. In the name and by the authority of the state of Texas, before me personally appeared the undersigned affiant, Detective Kel Hemperly, who, after being by me duly sworn, deposes and say that Don Stephen McDougal, white male, they got his date of birth and stuff marked out, who is here in after style defendant on or about February 15th, 2024, and before the making and filing of this complaint, County of Polk and State of Texas, did then and there intentionally and knowingly cause the passing away of an individual, namely Audrey Danielle Cunningham, 10 years of age or older, but younger than 15 years of age, by unknown means. Okay? Oh, you're supposed to be, well, go ahead and vacuum, Poppy. Well, Cotton Candy, the thing about this is that even with Candace and not I really at this time really don't want to get into discussing Summer right at this point. But the thing about it is little girls like bright colors. And that's what Candace was saying. Even though Summer loved purple, Candace did make the comment on a live stream somewhere, I don't know where, that she loved like bright blue. And, she said that Summer really loved bright colors. So, a little girl like that, they do have their favorite color, but they do also, okay. Affiant shall show that on the morning of February 15, 2024, Polk County Sheriff's Office Detective Investigation has revealed that said defendant, Don Stephen McDougal, along with the child who was the victim, left the home of the child Okay, so what they're saying is McDougal and Audrey left her home, and they give the address in the Lake Livingston Village subdivision in Livingston, Polk County, Texas. McDougal and the child victim, I'm going to say her name, okay? I'm not going to keep saying child victim. Her name is Audrey. Left in McDougal's 2003 Chevrolet Suburban with the intent to drop the child, Audrey, off at the school bus stop near the entrance of the subdivision. It was discovered that Audrey was not at the bus stop when a Livingston ISD bus arrived at the location and discovered that the child did not make it to Creekside Elementary that day. Detectives shall show that on February 20th, okay, 5 days later, Audrey was found. She was located during a search of the Trinity River. Law enforcement dive teams located her within the Trinity River near State Highway 59 south at the Polk San Jacinto County line. And I want to thank, somebody came into my comments and said that a lot of people butcher trying to say some of these names in the area, and I apologize for that. I sure did. So, okay, the 15th, he was supposed to take Audrey to the school bus. Don't forget, this sick individual contacted Audrey's mom and was trying to set up a meeting with her to see Audrey. Now, he said after school. He said after he picked her up from school. And this is just me and my opinion, you guys, that if he would have gotten that mother alone, I truly think that nefarious things would have happened to her. It's been said that this McDougal was very disrespectful to women. Okay. They also talked about small girls. This guy, he was the type of sicko who would say something very inappropriate, and then he would say, hey, at least I'm being honest, right? I want to F you. Hey, at least I'm being honest. That's the type of person that it seems to me. The affiant shall show Don Stephen McDougal was a friend of the Cunningham family, resided on the family property in a cab over a camper. McDougal had access to the interior of Audrey's home. They shall show that video footage and cell phone data places McDougal at 3 locations of interest. Evidence in connection with the defendant and Audrey was located at 2 of those locations and recovered. One of the locations is the Trinity River, and that's where Audrey was located. They shall show that upon recovery of Audrey, law enforcement discovered a large rock tied to her little body. The rope used was consistent with rope that was observed in McDougal's vehicle on a traffic stop 2 days later. The date of February 15th, said defendant Don Stephen McDougal committed the offense of capital red rum. This is the arrest affidavit right here. Okay, that's his arrest affidavit. For capital red rum. And this is basically the arrest warrant. Okay. Let me back that up here. Okay, that's the first one. All right, let me get out of that. Okay, let me get back into this. So the investigators were able to determine through the cell phone data, and I've got to shut my window. I got to shut my curtains because I'm being blinded by the light. Boy, what a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. What's up, Nada? Karen with a C. Oh, Lord. So they were to determine they had the cell phone data, video footage, and other forensic evidence. Now, we do know that there was a book bag found. And I think that right there is what helped them know that they were in the right location. But yes, he had tied a large rock to Audrey. And this too, you guys. She was in the river for a few days. Do you guys remember that they talked about where she was located, and they had a hard time getting her out. And it was heartbreaking when they talked about having to leave her in there overnight and get her the next morning. Um, well, this isn't the Harmony case. So I know everybody watched the Harmony case. So thank goodness that this little girl was found. And I don't know why my I don't know why it's not letting my yeah, I was gonna show that lip lock. I showed a little bit of that earlier. Okay, this is a store clerk, and let me get it pulled up for you guys. Um, this is a store clerk who talked about she worked at the Exxon station in Cold Springs. She said McDougal, she saw him at the gas station. She remembers his face. And she reported it to police after the Amber Alert was issued. So here is this woman talking.
Remember what he bought. I want to say it was like
Can
some
you
change for gas.
put a one, please, if you can hear it?
But it could have very well even been a couple of beers. I just can't remember because I don't. I didn't know I was supposed to remember. But I do know that he was here because he's so ugly.
She remembers he was there because he's so ugly. She couldn't remember if he got some change for gas. Thank you guys. If he gave her change for gas, or if he bought a couple beers. And ma'am, I will say this. Do you have video at your store? Do you have cameras at your store? Because the first thing that you should have done was pulled it up and gave it to law enforcement. I'm just saying. That's just my way of thinking, anyway.
And I mean, it's a face you don't forget.
So you say it was after the fact, after you realized that this guy's involved with this situation, that it clicked. What made you remember him being in front of your counter?
When I saw his mugshot, when he was a person of interest, when like Thursday night, Friday morning, when they put his picture on Facebook,
What was it that was? I know that.
his tattoos and his ugly face,
That's what
his
gave it away.
hair, yeah, his hair.
And was he?
If anybody was to see this guy, the tattoos speak for themselves. Okay? The tattoos speak for themselves. Even if you didn't remember his face, I would think you would remember the tattoos. And don't forget that he was proud of those tattoos. And he would wear the tank tops, right? To show off his tattoos.
Alone? Was he with anybody?
He was by himself.
Was he acting weird? Anything give you
Mm-mm.
a vibe that's like this guy's up to something?
No, no.
Did you call the police, let them know he was here?
Yes, I did.
And what they do?
They came right over here and wanted to look at the cameras. They responded within probably 10 to 15 minutes of me calling.
And they did look at the
I don't,
surveillance video.
I don't know. I have no idea. I wasn't here. It was my day off that day.
Did you feel a need to say something, to do something, knowing
Yes.
that there's a little girl at
Yes.
stake?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. My daughter knows the mama. And we've known the little girl when she was smaller. Haven't seen her here lately, but yeah.
Anything else you had in there? Anything else?
My daughter knows the mama, and
Me
we knew
too.
the daughter, the
Let's just
girl,
leave
when
her
she
like
was
this.
younger.
We just need her back.
Okay, so Thursday, February 15th at 5:30 p.m. is when they reported her missing. Allegedly, the school called around 1 o'clock in the afternoon to say Audrey she's not at school. And I know that we all say that call should have been made a lot earlier, right? So, now I'm hoping I can find this for you guys, because there was a copy of the radio transmissions, which in turn says, can I get en route to XX Drive? This is going to be for a missing persons call. Caller states her granddaughter, so grandma's the one who called. Granddaughter was dropped off at the bus around 7 a.m. this morning and never made it on the bus and hasn't been seen since. Of course, we know that Audrey was about, they're saying 4'11" here, which is exactly how tall I am. Blonde hair, blue eyes, last seen wearing a dark colored jacket. So then we're going to go to Thursday, February 15th at approximately 7 p.m. Shortly after 7, police returned to the radio with the following conversation. Missing juvenile called in from county. They want us to check that address to see if she's there. It's supposed to be the mom's address. The mom does not have custody of her, never had custody of her, and has made threats recently to kidnap her. Right? Yeah, I know, Courtney. Thank you. So, remember, 5:30 p.m., they reported her missing. 6 o'clock, the radios are lighting up for them there. Then, shortly after 7 p.m., police returned to the radio with the following conversation about the mother. Okay, that was about 7. Then at 8 o'clock, there was a request for police to check out a tattoo shop for the missing girl. A tattoo shop. Shortly after 8, there was a request for police to check out a tattoo shop for the missing girl off I-90 for a missing juvenile out of county. Juvenile details will be in the call card. That one tattoo shop in town. It's going to be Rock Bottom Studio and Treasure. They went to the tattoo shop, and the child had not been seen there. At this time, at 8 o'clock, they asked for the name and phone number of the school bus driver. At 9:38 p.m., an Amber Alert went out. Why do you all think? Why would they want them to look at a tattoo shop? Had McDougal had he taken Audrey to a tattoo shop with him before? Right? Oh, hey, Debbie. A tattoo shop. That's weird to me. That's very weird to me. I want to pull this back up for you guys. These are some pictures of, wow, isn't that beautiful? In loving memory of Audrey Cunningham. Okay, so the Amber Alert was put out. So by the 15th in the evening, a Facebook account linked to McDougal posted items for sale on the marketplace. It was listed as an all must go. Items included an incomplete set of weights. The 25-pound plate was missing and a green paddle. He was selling these weights, right? Here. He was selling weights on Marketplace. And that was in the evening of Thursday. All must go, $1,234. Wow. Also paddles. Punching bag. I don't know what the hell that is. So, we're going to go into Friday at 3 a.m. Early Friday morning at 3 a.m., the account linked to McDougal messaged a KPRC producer about the Facebook ad. There was no further correspondence. Don't forget, this sick idiot was acting like he was helping to look for her. Okay? Now, this is where he was spotted outside the donut shop. A resident spotted McDougal outside some shops in downtown Livingston. He was seen standing in front of these blue SUV Suburban. Police approached him and questioned him. He was booked 2/16/2024. This is when they arrested him for aggravated assault with a DEA DLY weapon. Okay. February 16th at 11:50 p.m. According to records with the Polk County Jail, McDougal was booked into the jail at 11:50 p.m. There he is right there. And I promise you guys, I will get back into his record here in just a minute. I just want to kind of go over this timeline. Now, don't forget, Mom said, "Oh, I was gonna meet him at the park. After he picked Audrey up from school, I was gonna meet her at the park. Then we were going to, once we had her, we were going to call her father and stress how important it is to get Audrey away from this man." Okay? I think I read all that day before yesterday when I was going over it. I can pull it back up and read it to you guys again. So McDougal, 42, was arrested on aggravated assault charge. He had a long criminal history with more than a dozen convictions, including attempted indecency with a child and enticing a child, right? At that time, authorities were asking for any videos or anyone who had seen his SUV in the area. Now, don't forget, oh boy took his vehicle and backed into a tree in the area where they found Audrey. He backed into a tree, and they could prove that it was him that backed into the tree. Well, Sue, this is the thing, and can grandma be charged? I think so. Maybe neglect or, well, I mean, we really need to think about that. Dad was at work. Allegedly, Dad was at work out on a boat. So grandma was the one supposedly taking care of her. Now, we've heard that grandma had some issues, okay, endangering the welfare of a minor. But, Miss Justice, that wasn't the first time that McDougal had either taken her to school or to the bus. So it wasn't like this was the first time. But to be honest with you, even though Dad, Lucky, okay, Dad's nickname is Lucky, even though Lucky knew him from school, back in high school, they were just helping him out. They were just helping him out. Now we know her mom. I'm not going to read those comments. This is Audrey's mom. This is the stuff you see on TV, she said. Right? Let me get you guys this picture back up here of Audrey's memorial here. Okay, mom says this is the stuff you see on TV. Mother of missing 11-year-old Audrey Cunningham pleads for safe return amid search. We know that they have found Audrey for real. The mother of 11-year-old Audrey Cunningham, whose disappearance Thursday prompted the issuance of an Amber Alert. We would like to have her come home, and I'm sorry, ma'am, that's not going to happen. It's not like her just to run off or disappear. She has a lot of loving family. She has so many people that love her and adore her. But mom, and this always bothered me too, okay? I don't know, Debbie. Kind of late now if grandma put herself in rehab. Kind of late now, don't you think? But I don't know how they're going to face charges, Karen. I don't know how they're going to face charges, for sure. Okay, so at that time, they had no leads and were grasping at anything and anything that they could find. But Audrey lived with her father. So the search actually began in the woodline behind her home because it led to the state park. And they said that she loved to go explore the woods and look at the little animals. And, what kid doesn't like to do that, right? They did pause the search on Friday night and resumed at the lake on Saturday morning. Hard is an understatement, her mom said. This is the stuff you see on TV, and you can only imagine what the family and the parents are going through, and there's not words for it. There's not one feeling you feel. It's a roller coaster. You are broken. You're mad. You are empty. And right now, I am empty. She has so many opportunities ahead of her, and she deserves every right to be able to reach those opportunities. And ma'am, you will never be the same again. And this bothers me, you guys. This bothers me because of the fact that if mom was so creeped out by this guy, right? That once McDougal was going to bring Audrey to her at a park after he picked her up from school, why, if she was that adamant that she needed to get Audrey away from this creepy guy, I would think that a call would be made not only to daddy, which this got me too, with what was going on. I got to take my shoes off. With what was going on between mom and dad, did she really think that dad was going to answer the phone for her or her fiance? Did she really think that dad was going to take a phone call from her or her fiance saying, this guy's a creep, you need to get her away from him? I personally, I always say, I don't know if something happened, what I would do, but I would think if I felt that way, I would have called law enforcement. So, Don Stephen McDougal, a name now synonymous with the heart-wrenching passing away of 11-year-old Audrey Cunningham, was no stranger to law enforcement. A search through the Texas Department of Public Safety database, that's a new word, not database, it's database. Oh. McDougal has been arrested at least 14 times on various charges since 2001. Okay. I did show that day before yesterday. I gave a whole list of what they were wanting him for. His criminal record is a tapestry of encounters with multiple law enforcement agencies, including the Harris County Sheriff's Office and Conroe Police Department. Most alarming is his 2008 conviction for enticing a child in Brazoria County, a case that paints a disturbing picture of the man last seen with Audrey Cunningham. This is the conviction, I think, that has a lot of us confused. Okay? He was charged, but they let him plead down to a lesser charge where he would not have to register. Okay? He would not have to register. The dude stabbed somebody in the freaking back. He was a dangerous, very dangerous person. Excuse me. So, His criminal endeavors span a range of offenses from theft, DWI, to substance possession and aggravated assault. Each arrest, each conviction adds another layer to the understanding of the McDougal's character. Now, when I played Nancy Grace, there was one of his, I'll say another one of his victims, where he was at a friend's house. They were all at a party. He starts coming on to his friend's wife very inappropriately. Okay. Things got so out of hand that the dude actually hit him in the face with the butt of a weapon. They got him out the door, and he come back with a knife, I guess, hitting the door with it. This guy should not have been anywhere around Audrey. That's my opinion, though. How did McDougal's past convictions, particularly the one involving a child, not serve as a red flag? And of course, Dad and Grandma say, it's y'all's fault. Y'all's fault. And I have to agree. The justice system failed a child. So Don Stephen McDougal is charged with capital red rum. Everybody is looking at his past under a microscope, each detail scrutinized for clues that might shed some light on the events leading up to Audrey's disappearance and unaliving. I'm going to tell you guys something, and this, my hand to God, this is a very true story. Just last Friday, I think it was, I went to the laundromat, and I'm just doing my thing, and I hear somebody say, Mary, and I turned around, and it's a girl that I'd known since she was in diapers. Okay, I've known her family, I've known all of them. Her mother, actually, I knew her mother from when I was a child. We grew up in the same town together. I just hadn't been around the family for quite a long period of time. She proceeds to tell me that her sister had just got out of jail. And I said, what was she doing in jail? My mind went to substances, right? She said she was, I don't know what the exact charges were, but what she told me floored me. Her sister had gotten caught showing PORN to, I think it was children under the age of 14. Not only that, and I didn't go into big detail with her about it. I was going to ask her if her sister had been using substances and things like that. My mind says she had to have been doing something, but from my understanding, she also said that this girl did something very inappropriate. Let me put it like it, she was doing something very inappropriate to herself with children present and had it on video. This floored me. I've known this girl since she was in diapers. I've known them all since they were in diapers. So I said, number one, WTF, right? And I said, how much time did she get? She said, well, she spent 30 days in county, right? And 400 and something days on work release. Now, I don't give a shit that I knew this kid since she was in diapers. And honestly, when she told me that, I was floored. I was freaking floored. I could not believe it. I still can't wrap my head around it. But let me tell you something. It pissed me off. It pissed me off that her ass got any type of work release or anything. Her ass should have been sitting in that fucking jail. She should have had to do every day. Every day. There's no excuse in my mind for anybody to do anything improper with a child. I don't care that I knew the girl since she was in diapers. I don't care. Her ass should have stayed in that jail and not out on work release. And I said, wait a minute. So you can go sign her out from work release? She was like, yeah, she's wanting me to go get her and take her to a job interview. She did not have to register. For some reason, she didn't have to register. She wanted her sister to take her to a job interview at guess where? IHOP, Indiana House of Pancakes, where there's children coming in there with their families every day. I don't care that I knew her since she was in diapers. She doesn't deserve to work. She needs to be in that jail. She needs to serve every day. And believe me, I'm unhappy that even with work release, she's only having to do 400 and something days. I have no compassion for her, which is sad. Which is sad. I have no compassion for her whatsoever. It's horrible. That's a true story. I just freaking horrible. But what do we do? All right. This is, where's it at? I just had it. This is the coworker that was on Nancy Grace talking about what happened to him. So he came at me with a knife. Ex-coworker stabbed by Don Stephen McDougal, shares frightening encounter. No, I think this is a different one. The 2010 victim. Let me see. Hang on a minute, y'all. Let me see if I can get this to play. Let me see. I'm not hearing anything.
They used it to connect McDougal to 3 locales. About evidence, investigators say they have against capital murder suspect Don Stephen McDougal in Audrey's death. Among the evidence, cell phone data and video footage were key. They used it to connect McDougal to 3 locations he traveled to. It's at 2 of these locations they found evidence. The documents also reveal Audrey died the same day she was reported missing. Right now, we're awaiting word from investigators on her exact cause of death.
Stephen, going continuing our team coverage tonight. Stephen, evidence recovered from the Trinity River where Audrey's body was found shows how her body stayed hidden.
Exactly right, Len. Don Steve McDougal is facing a capital murder charge for Audrey Cunningham's death. And in this new criminal complaint, we are learning more about the evidence you mentioned that is connecting him to this case. In a criminal complaint, investigators say they looked at video and cell phone records that placed McDougal at 3 different areas of interest, one of which was the Trinity River near State Highway 59. Audrey's body was found there on Tuesday. Investigators say there was a large rock tied to her body with rope. It was consistent with some rope that was seen in McDougal's vehicle at a traffic stop 2 days before his arrest. Now, a closer look at McDougal's past shows he had a lengthy criminal history. In 2010 and 2019, he was convicted for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The victim from that first assault says McDougal was a former coworker who came over one night with friends.
They were drinking and he just got more belligerent as the night went on, and we ended up throwing him out of the house and he come back with a knife. I opened the door up and told him he needed to leave, and he come at me with the knife, and I had my shotgun and I hit him in the face with it and shut the door on him.
Now, McDougal is being held without bond here at the Polk County Jail. He's been in custody since last Friday. He was arrested then on a separate charge for another assault. At the Polk County Jail, Stephen Goen, KHOU 11 News.
Stephen, thank you. We're also learning.
Now that incident was not what they arrested him for. It was a different aggravated assault. I know, AC, honey. I know how horrible that was for you. And it's, Katie Ann, you know what? Hey, little Irish girl. The thing about it is, you guys, we can castrate them, but it's not going to change what's up here in their minds. It's not. Okay? We can cut off their wanker, but it's not going to change what's up here. And yes, the salt, they call it saltpeter, right? Were given to a lot of, they used to give it to a lot of inmates. I think basically so they wouldn't try to do things with each other. Yeah, they did that with inmates for a while. I don't know if they still do it or not. But yeah, it goes way beyond physical satisfaction for sure. Why would they give it to soldiers? I was in the Army. I never heard of them giving it to soldiers, but I don't know. I don't know.
More about the unrelated charge that got the suspect arrested after Audrey's disappearance.
McDougal was picked up Friday on an aggravated assault charge. Records show McDougal allegedly stabbed a man in the back last August. We spoke with the attorney of the victim, who tells us his client reported the assault to the Polk County Sheriff's Office, and days later, McDougal was identified but never charged in that case until last Friday.
They could have gotten Stephen McDougal off the streets.
Yes, they could have.
And so that's his mindset. He's absolutely emotionally devastated, feels extremely, really, really bad for the family, and just doesn't really want to take the attention away from Audrey Cunningham.
The attorney wants.
I want to back that up a little bit. I want to hear that date again. Look at this sick guy. He's laughing.
We spoke with the attorney of the victim, who tells us his client reported the assault to the Polk County Sheriff's Office, and days later, McDougal was identified but never charged in that case until last Friday.
Wow.
They could have gotten.
They could have. They could have gotten him off the streets. Absolutely. She was gone for 6 days. 6 days. There's his record right there. Here's his record. I'll make it bigger for y'all. 2001, convicted of possession of marijuana. 2003, convicted of possession of marijuana. 2003, possession of a dangerous substance. 2005, convicted in Baytown for evading arrest or detention. 2006, convicted of possession of a controlled substance. 180 days in jail. 2006, convicted of theft. 8 months in the state jail. 2006, convicted of assault on a public servant. 3 years. 2008, convicted of enticing a child with intent. 2 years. 2009, convicted of unauthorized use of a vehicle. 180 days in jail. 2010, of aggravated assault. 4 years. 2014, theft and reckless driving. 2019, pleaded guilty to aggravated assault. 270 days in jail. 2023, convicted of resisting arrest. That's these charges right there. How sad can that be? How sad is that? The 2010 attack, the victim, Alec Bryan, said McDougal was a former co-worker who came over one night with friends. They were drinking. He just got more belligerent as the night went on. I ended up throwing him out of the house, and he came back with a knife. I opened the door up, told him he needed to leave. He came at me with a knife. I had my shotgun. I hit him in the face with it and shut the door on him. Now, he stabbed a man in the back last August in Polk County. Now listen to this. That victim said McDougal and a woman he knew came to his home to ask for help and claimed his battery, his car battery was shot. The victim was jumping the car when McDougal stabbed him from behind. After Audrey went missing, the victim recognized McDougal as his alleged attacker and contacted the Polk Sheriff's Department. They charged McDougal with assault and locked him up in jail while the search for Audrey continued. So this is what happened, okay? When Audrey went missing, this victim said, "Oh, wow, that's the guy that did this to me." So he calls, right? And that's what he was locked up for. That's what he was locked up for in the beginning. They could have gotten McDougal off the streets. They could have. And you know what? McDougal's victim felt horrible for the circumstances. But, sir, I would like to tell you this. You calling and identifying him as the person that harmed you put him in jail. Because I have a feeling that this guy would have ran. I really think he would have ran. He wasn't worried about it at first because of the fact that all they could say was that he allegedly took her to the bus stop. But see, this is the thing. He told Audrey's mom he was taking her to school. But then later on that day, he contacts her. "Well, have you seen Audrey? I took her to the bus and she never got on the bus." This man was devastated and didn't want to take any attention away from Audrey's case or anything like that. But, sir, you did the right thing because he was sitting in jail where he needed to be. Where he needed to be. And if it wasn't for that, sir, you did a good thing. So McDougal served 2 years in prison in Huntsville between September 2020 and September 2022. Here he is. Here's all these mugshots.
For the ones ensuring the
Oh,
job
sorry.
always gets done, and the ones wearing many hats,
Commercial.
Granger offers professional-grade industrial.
A family friend named as a suspect in the disappearance of Audrey Cunningham is now charged with capital murder. In just the last 10 minutes, we have learned Don Stephen McDougal went before a judge and is being held on no bond. This after Audrey's body was found yesterday. Ugochi Iloka joins us from the Polk County Jail with the latest on this investigation. And Ugochi, obviously this is not the news the community was pulling for.
As an autopsy on Audrey Cunningham awaits to be conducted at the Harris County Medical Examiner's Office.
Well, sorry, guys.
Collected through cell phone analysis, investigators say helped them locate the 11-year-old's body at Trinity River under U.S. Highway 59. The community, including family, mourned her death at a vigil last night. This week, staff at the Livingston ISD Elementary School Audrey attended are wearing purple in support of her. There's a memorial planned for tonight at 6 p.m. where people are encouraged to wear different shades of purple, like the colors you see I have on now, in honor of Audrey. Reporting in Livingston, Ugochi Iloka, KHOU 11.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, let's get into some of the court documents.
Loved ones taken
Oh
too
shit, hang
soon.
on.
This is a shocking crime. Your heart
Hang on, y'all.
Their killers
There's a
still
commercial that
walking
I don't know
free.
if it. Let me see. I do not have a clue. It's just a commercial and it's muted, so that's why you guys aren't hearing it. I'm just trying to wait for that commercial to go bye-bye. All right.
The suspect in the disappearance of Audrey Cunningham is now charged with capital murder. In just the last 10 minutes, we have learned Don Stephen McDougall went before a judge and is being held on no bond. This after Audrey's body was found yesterday. Ugochi Iloka joins us from the Polk County Jail with the latest on this investigation. And Ugochi, obviously this is not the news the community was pulling for.
As an autopsy.
Okay. Let's hear what she's got. I'm going to play what she's got to say.
Autopsy on Audrey Cunningham awaits to be conducted at the Harris County Medical Examiner's Office to figure out how she died. The man investigators say allegedly killed her is waiting behind bars for a capital murder bond hearing. This is the latest mugshot taken of 42-year-old Don McDougall on the 17th after he was arrested Friday for an unrelated aggravated assault charge. Audrey went missing last Thursday when she never made it to the school bus stop. Authorities say Audrey's backpack was found near the Trinity River Dam the very next day. McDougall, who investigators say lived in a trailer home behind Audrey's house, was a family friend who would drop her off at school.
Okay, where's the trailer at? Is that the trailer? Let's see.
Or at the bus stop. He admitted to law enforcement he left the family home with Audrey 6 days ago. Conversations with McDougall and evidence collected through cell phone analysis, investigators say helped them locate the 11-year-old's body at Trinity River under U.S. Highway 59. The community, including family, mourned her death at a vigil last night. This week, staff at the Livingston ISD Elementary School Audrey attended are wearing purple in support of her. There's a memorial planned for.
How sad is that? Six days they couldn't find her. Trigger warning. When Audrey was found, her body was attached to a large rock that was tied on with a rope. How sad is that? So after they arrested him, that's when they started questioning him about Audrey's disappearance. And a lot of people sent in a lot of different information about seeing him, seeing his vehicle. So just from his own cell phone records and video surveillance, it led him to the Trinity Bridge area. He also lied about his whereabouts and activities on the day Audrey disappeared. So searchers were initially focused on a southern area of Lake Livingston because McDougall claimed that's where he went after he dropped Audrey off at the bus stop on Friday. They found a wet book bag. They found a wet backpack.
At this time, I sadly announce that Audrey's body was located
at the Trinity River on the U.S. Highway 59. As a result of today's developments, I will discontinue the Amber Alert for Audrey, and I want to thank DPS, Department of Public Safety, for all their help in this alert. The information that we have gathered in this criminal investigation is
Yes, they
substantial.
also found
The Polk County
clothing.
Sheriff's Office investigators, the Livingston Police Department, and the Texas Rangers, the game wardens, the FBI, Harris County Sheriff's Office, the San Jacinto County Sheriff's Office, the District Attorney's Office, in Trinity County and Liberty County. It's just an outpouring of love from all of our law enforcement partners. My heart aches with this news, and I express with my deepest sympathies and condolences to everyone who knew, who cared for, and loved Audrey. The Sheriff's Office, we will continue to process the evidence that has been gathered to ensure that the justice for Audrey. And at this time, I will turn the podium over to the Polk County District Attorney, Ms. Shelley Sinton.
Thank you, Byron. My name is Shelley Sitton, and I am your Polk County District Attorney.
I showed
I
this
just wanna
also
take a
day
few
before
moments to
yesterday, you
explain how
guys.
we're going to move forward from
Hey,
here.
Vic. Hey, Cheryl.
Based on all of the evidence that law enforcement has collected, they are in the process of preparing the appropriate arrest warrants for Don Stephen McDougal. At this time, we believe the appropriate arrest warrant is going to be for capital murder in the death of Audrey Cunningham.
Don't forget, I don't think I'm wrong. Texas has the unalive penalty, right?
He is currently still in jail under an unrelated felony charge here. I understand that this is a very difficult time for Audrey's family and for our community. The substantial law enforcement resources that were marshaled by the Sheriff Lyons, I think should show you that this county and law enforcement, they will come out when they need to protect our children. And the assets that we have been made available to Polk County to protect our children have been substantial.
And let me tell you guys this. Mr. McDougal was a member of the Aryan Brotherhood. Now, I have a feeling that the Brotherhood is not going to be happy with Mr. McDougal at all. And as soon as I get a chance to talk to my friend, who is actually a member of that organization, I'm gonna pick his little brain and see what he says. How sad is this? How sad? Let me hear if I can hear this.
This tonight, where authorities announced they have located the body of a missing 11-year-old girl in a river. Audrey Cunningham was last seen leaving home to.
It's not a clan. It's not the clan. It's the Aryan Brotherhood. I mean, I guess some people probably. I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up and explain to you exactly what the Aryan Brotherhood is.
Catch the school bus. Rosa Flores has more.
I sadly announced that Audrey's body was located at the Trinity River on the U.S. Highway 59.
Authorities arrested Don McDougal on a separate assault charge. Turns out that assault happened last summer, and authorities missed the chance to arrest him before he allegedly killed this young girl.
Trusting friends with children involves a combination of factors, including the friend's character, their experience with children, and your own comfort level. Remember that entrusting someone with the care of your child is a personal decision. It's essential to establish a relationship of trust, open communication, and mutual understanding. Regular check-ins and feedback can help maintain a healthy and supportive childcare arrangement with friends. Unfortunately, trusting a child with a friend in this case ended up in tragedy. Let's take you to Livingston, Texas, where Audrey Cunningham, the Texas 11-year-old who investigators say was killed by a family friend, died from homicidal violence including blunt head trauma, according to the Harris County Medical Examiner's Office record.
And let me say this. We all know it, okay? Trigger warning. Yeah, white supremacists. Okay, that's allegedly, well, not allegedly. That's basically what they're known for, okay?
The primary cause of death determination provides further insight into what happened to Audrey, who vanished while on her way to school, launching a massive 5-day search for the 5th grader that ended when her remains were found in a river near her home in rural Livingston, Texas, authorities said.
And I apologize because I do have to stop this every few minutes and commentate on it. That's just the way we have to do.
Her body was found tied to a rock at the bottom of the Trinity River 5 days after she disappeared. Audrey was reported missing on February 15th after she never made it onto her school bus and failed to show up to class. She was last seen with Don Stephen McDougal, a family friend of Audrey's father who lived on the family property. Don Stephen McDougal was charged Wednesday, February 21st with capital murder in her death. Investigators believe she was killed the same day she was reported missing.
Look at this guy. This is the last thing that Audrey's seen. This is the last thing Audrey's seen. And I'm really interested to see the medical examiner's report. I don't think they've actually released that yet. To see if basically to see if there's water in her lungs, right? He does look like he doesn't. I'm sorry, but it's just me. I would never let this man take my dog anywhere, right?
McDougal was living on the family's property in a camper, according to charging documents. He would often walk Audrey to her bus stop. The suspect is a reported neo-Nazi with links to the Aryan Brotherhood and is seen in photos with a swastika tattoo on his right arm. He was arrested on an unrelated assault charge on February 16 and was still in Polk County Jail by the time Audrey's body was found, records showed. He is now being held without bond. When Audrey's remains were found Tuesday in the Trinity River, a large rock was tied around her body using a rope that was consistent with rope that was observed in McDougal's vehicle on a traffic stop 2 days prior, a criminal complaint states. The river was one of several places McDougal had told investigators he had gone around the time Audrey vanished, Polk County Sheriff Byron Lyons said. Investigators also have evidence that McDougal lied about his whereabouts and activities on the day of February 15, 2024.
Well, yeah, because he was
Video footage and cell phone data places McDougal at 3 locations of interest, including along the Trinity River, where Audrey's body would later be found, according to the criminal complaint. On Thursday, February 15th, after Audrey didn't come home from school, her family reported her missing. A massive search ensued, and the suspect joined in. Some of the witnesses have even said that he was in the community and knocking on doors Thursday asking have they seen her. But the sheriff said he believes McDougal's effort was an act. To me, it simply tells me that he's trying to give the appearance that he's not at fault in her disappearance and that he's part of the concerned parties who were trying to locate her.
And that's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he did. He gets a hold of mom. Have you seen Audrey? Knowing. What do you mean the police were watching him, Cheryl? I couldn't really answer that. Hey, Mohawk Mom.
On Friday, the day after McDougal was seen participating in the search, he was arrested for an unrelated aggravated assault case. McDougal remained in custody while authorities kept scouring for any sign of Audrey. Authorities found a backpack resembling Audrey's red Hello Kitty backpack near Lake Livingston Dam, the sheriff's office said.
A Hello Kitty backpack. A Hello Kitty backpack. That even brings out more of the fact she was a child. She was a little girl.
Audrey's home is close to the sprawling lake, a reservoir of the Trinity River that provides water for the city of Houston.
Authorities say cell phone analysis as well as video and social media helped them to pinpoint her location. The spot was also one of several given to authorities by Don Stephen McDougal.
Based on all of the evidence that law enforcement has collected, they are in the process of preparing the appropriate arrest warrants for Don Stephen McDougal. At this time, we believe the appropriate arrest warrant is going to be for capital murder in the death of Audrey Cunningham. He is currently still in jail under an unrelated felony charge.
Audrey was last seen in this Livingston, Texas neighborhood about 70 miles northeast of Houston at about 7 a.m. Thursday, state police say. But she never got on the bus and never made it to school that day. McDougal lives on the Cunningham family's property. The Polk County Sheriff says they believe McDougal was the last person to see her and says he admits to leaving the house with her Thursday morning around 7 a.m.
And they would have made it to the bus stop, which is relatively just a little under a mile in the same community, real close.
Did anyone see her at that
bus No.
stop?
And don't forget, it was said prior by a neighbor, I believe, that many times Audrey was at that bus stop alone, okay? Alone.
No other witnesses saw her at the bus stop. Sheriff Lyons says when Audrey was reported missing and the community started searching, McDougal joined in, appearing to help.
He was helping in her search.
What does that tell you?
Well, I mean, to me, it simply tells me is that he's trying to give the appearances that he has no play or he's not at fault in her disappearance, and that I am part of the concerned parties who are trying to locate her.
Do you believe that?
No, I don't.
Sheriff Lyons took CNN to the area where authorities recovered a key clue in Audrey's disappearance. He says authorities located the girl's bright red Hello Kitty backpack near this dam Friday.
Just a little west of us here.
Was it in the water?
No, it was along the riverbank. There was enough in it to lead us to believe strongly that it is Audrey's backpack.
That it was hers.
A woman in her 20s named Carissa Davis, who endured an assault as a child by the alleged perpetrator of 11-year-old Audrey Cunningham's murder, has shared her harrowing experience. Tearfully recounting her nightmare, she reflected on the chilling realization that she could have faced a fate similar to the tragic outcome suffered by the young Audrey. Back in March 2007, at the age of 10, Carissa Davis was assaulted by Don McDougal during a family gathering at her uncle's residence in Brazoria County, Texas. McDougal's sisters, who were family friends, brought him along as explained by Davis to the media outlet. Upon seeing McDougal's photo following Audrey's disappearance, Davis immediately recognized him and now reflects on what might have transpired if she hadn't escaped from him that night. Recalling the disturbing incident, she shared, "He came into the room where my cousin and I were sleeping." According to Davis, McDougal forcibly removed her cousin from their bed and attempted to assault her.
Okay, think about this. Okay, who's that? Who does it? I mean, like I said, a case, there are things comparable to Summer's case. And I'm talking about Don Wells, right? Remember, I believe it was Jeannie and her friend. I don't want to get the story wrong. If I do, I apologize. You know, I haven't even looked at that stuff for a long time. He actually did something to her friend. He didn't care that how many other people were in the room. He didn't care. Okay.
She recounted, "He tried to take down my pants, and I immediately jumped up at that moment." Davis vividly remembers confronting him, saying, "I remember looking at him. I was like, 'Do you know how old I am?'" Fleeing to the door, she revealed that he pursued her. Davis managed to resist and alert her aunt by striking him when he grabbed her. Despite his persistence, she successfully avoided further harm. Despite receiving a 2-year prison sentence, Davis contends that he should have.
We Scottish mom. I don't think that Audrey and Summer look anything alike, but that's my opinion.
Faced a more extended period of incarceration. Expressing her dissatisfaction, she stated, "I think Brazoria County definitely failed me and failed Audrey and possibly more," emphasizing that he was not mandated to register as a sex offender. Adding to the concern, McDougal had prior convictions in 2010 and 2019 for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Daniela and Keith, this is where divers recovered Audrey Cunningham's body yesterday. Tonight you can see balloons, flowers, and teddy bears lining the Trinity riverbank. Those who loved Audrey and some who never met her have showed up here to pay tribute, all of them grieving her innocent
the other
life cut
victim.
short.
Tell me what does it look like in heaven? Tonight is just to remember Audrey. Is it peaceful? Is it free like they say?
With purple balloons and flickering candles, the small town of Livingston is holding each other a little tighter, shocked and saddened by the.
Okay, I have to stop that right there because of the music in the background. I don't want to get in trouble for that. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. How many were not known? Right? Oh, yeah. Okay, Teresa, I get you. Absolutely, you would think of Don Wells in that situation. Absolutely. How heartbreaking. Now, you guys can go check out these. I'll show you some more pictures from the area. And I'm sorry, I know it hasn't come out yet, but in my mind, he did horrible things to her. Whatever he did to her was so bad, that he couldn't let her walk away from it. He couldn't let her walk away from it. But let me tell you something, Mr. McDougal. I got your name in my brain, and I'm going to make sure that a person I know knows your name, knows who you are, and what you're about. I do not incite violence on my channel, but I got your name, fucker. Okay? I got your name. I got your name. And we can say a lot of things about grandma, right? We can say a lot of things about dad. We can guesstimate that grandma was an addict. We can guesstimate that this was going on and that was going on. We will not know the facts until this man goes to court. And I hope that they do what needs to be done. These children are not getting justice. These children who are out here that should be protected by mom or dad, grandma, grandpa, grandma or grandpa, the community. Cheryl, you can't say the K-I-L-L-E-R word, but it's all right. I got it. At all. Please dressy up your words. All right, let me get you a picture up here of Audrey. Isn't she beautiful? She's so beautiful. But they didn't even report her missing until 5:30. Why did they wait until 5:30? Did they think that she was miraculously just going to show up after school? What's up, Flies? Are you feeling better, darling? I didn't want to bother you today. That's what she's seen. That was the last face she seen. Reported her missing at around 5:30 on the 15th. After she didn't come home from school, which they knew she wasn't at school. You have Flies? Are you okay? Well, Katie Ann, I mean, I don't want to sound like a bitch, but doesn't matter if she was 10 or 11. So you are okay, Flies? "11 days after her birthday. Wow. She was in 5th grade. This disgusting man. To be arrested on an unrelated assault charge is like a slap in the face, I think. But at least they had him in jail already. He wasn't even a person of interest until the 17th. McDougal had walked Cunningham to the bus in the past and even driven her to school on occasions. Jude, where you been? You just missed me singing to you, didn't you? Hey, Jude. Don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. They all need justice. She's the same age as my granddaughter. The same age as my granddaughter. How sad. How sad. I'm not going to show crazy guy without his clothes on. He probably gets a big kick out of that. For real. Your granddaughter's 11 too, Debbie? Wow. Isn't that sad? How sad. All right, we're going to open it up for a little bit of a discussion about everything. I don't understand if anyone does anything to a child, they should have to register. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. Why was he allowed to take a smaller plea on what he did to a child? Right? I don't know what she's talking about, Jude, about lasagna. For real. I don't know what Mohawk Mom's talking about. And I apologize, everybody. I know I didn't know that everybody was live right now, and there's some bigger channels live right now that, you know, I'm not sure what they're talking about, but they do. I think they all should have to register. Even the little girl I knew in diapers, her ass needs to register. And you know what? I hate to say this. No, I don't hate to say this. I hope she fucks up. I hope somehow she fucks up and they throw her ass in the jail and hide the fucking key. That just goes to show you that things happen. I mean, I was floored. I was floored. Oh, you're welcome, Jude. I hadn't seen you for a while, Jude. I mean, I've seen you in some other chats and stuff, but I hadn't seen you over here for a while. For sure. I think so too. I think any crime against a child, they should have to register immediately. For real. The little girl I used to be hurts just as bad. Isn't it sad? I mean, you know, us as adults, as adult women, I know personally, you know, I had a lot of struggles when I was younger. And I look at these cases and you know what? That could have been me. I look at Summer's case and I think that could have been me. Oh, you're selling your parents' house? Well, you've been busy, haven't you? I cannot prove that what I can't prove that what happened to me when I was Summer's age happened to Summer, but there's so many similarities that in my mind, what I went through, I see her going through, but 5 times worse, 100 times worse, 1,000 times worse. The mom who likes the alcohol, you know, I know what I went through. The men that Candace would just let come up there. Now, I know somebody in chat mentioned that the grandmother was letting men in there or whatever. I've not seen any receipts on that. And you guys know that I'm big on the receipts. Okay. So that's why I just always ask, you know, if you guys state something like that, to please put it's in your opinion. It's not, I don't ask you guys to do that because I'm being a bitch. I ask you guys to do that so we can try to keep things factual. Okay. To keep the facts as we know them, the facts. Okay. Well, good, Jude. We'll be glad to have you back. I missed you, girl. If I see you in another chat, I always try to sing to you. I sang to you that day in John Davis's. I put the little musical notes there. For real. Yes, absolutely, Teresa. It could have been any of us. It could have been any of our grandchildren. My granddaughter at 11 years old, when we go in a store, you have to be looking at her the whole time. You can go 5 steps down the aisle and Maddie's saying, Nana, Nana, where are you going? Nana, 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 Nana. And I'm like, girl, I'm looking right at you. How am I supposed to shop if I'm staring at you the whole time? But I do stare at her the whole time. Right? Thank you, Jude. You know, I ain't nothing fancy over here, but I try to talk about what's important to me, and I hope that it's important to some of you guys too. It's just sad. But I'm getting better at covering one thing at a time because I know that I overwhelm you guys sometimes when I'm talking about 2 or 3, even up to 4 different cases sometime. Hang on, y'all. Well, we love you over here too, Lip Lock. You guys know how I am about my writing. This is my book. In this book is going to be a list of all the children that I'm talking about. I can always go back to this book and know who I need to check on to see if there's anything new on their cases. So this is our notebook. This is for our children. This is where my heart is. And that's what I'm going to use it for. So this is for the kids. I'm going to put their names, their birth dates, the days they went missing, hopefully the days that they're found and brought home. This is going to be our information book for our kids. This is for our kids. Because you know what? They are all of our kids. I know that these children have moms and dads, sometimes just moms, sometimes just dads. But here it is. Well, I've got a bunch of rulers, you guys. I got a bunch of rulers. And so I'm about ready to get them sent out. Kelly, it is hard to believe, right, that the father didn't know. It's hard to believe that the father didn't know. Well, they were familiar with each other in high school. And even I spoke about that last time I spoke about this case, was the fact that just because you know somebody and went to school with them or went to high school with them doesn't necessarily mean that they stayed in touch that whole time, right? Dad's trying to say, oh, we were just trying to do something good, right? We were trying to be kind and have the faith that this guy, you know, we can say that she had to know, but if it's true that this woman was on a lot of medication, and look, it was stated that many times he either took her to the bus stop or he took her to school. Okay, Lip Lock. Tell Bob we said hello, Bob. We all love Bob, too. We love us some Bob. For sure. There's Bob, and there's Honey, and then there's Kentucky. I got names for everybody's men. Yeah, that is sad that we won't know until the trial starts. But you know what, Debbie, what I'm hoping, and I don't incite violence on my channel, but I hope that he is not around anymore by the time they start that trial, right? Thank you, Lip Lock, for changing adored to adores. I was going to say, what, he don't like me no more? Bob. Yes, I'm going to do a live where we're going to have some fun. I do promise you guys, because you know I love to laugh. Yes, I need to call Honey, AC. I know. I was thinking about that. I really was. I just had to I've been busy today and had to get the cat to the vet, and Blonde Kitty's getting ready to get his gonads taken out. So he should be straightening up here pretty soon. I got to call him, making an appointment. But oh my gosh, I'm telling you, my granddaughter loves her animals. Loves. Oh, he laughs. I love to laugh too, you guys. 15-year-old autistic child, Sebastian Rogers, in Summer County. Endangered child alert because of the autism. Hold on, I'll pull it up really quick. Don't shoot me, Flies. Flies is always like, you cannot only do 2 hours. You're on there for 3, 4, and 5. Sebastian Rogers. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm going to share this with you guys. And then tonight I will pull up all the information I can on Sebastian, and let's bring him home. My little girl from Indiana still hasn't been found either. So I still will keep up with her. I'm very frightened for her because they said the last, they thought maybe she was going to Indianapolis. And I mean, I've got it right here, June. Hendersonville, Tennessee. An endangered child alert has been issued for a teenager missing from Hendersonville. Authorities say Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, 15, is missing from the beach area in Hendersonville. There he is, you guys. The 15-year-old is described to be 5 feet, 5 inches tall, 120 pounds, with dirty blonde hair. He was last seen on Monday, February 26, near Stafford Court, wearing a black sweatshirt and black sweatpants, said the TBI. Very important. Tennessee Bureau of Investigation obviously is already on this one. Okay. Officials believe he could be in the area of Beach Shackle Island near along Long Hollow Pike. Several agencies, including TBI, THP, City of Hendersonville's first responders, Sumner County Sheriff's Office, and Shackle Island Volunteer Fire, are all assisting in the search for the teen. Anyone who sees Sebastian Rogers is asked to call the Sumner County Sheriff's Office at 615-451-3838 or the TBI at 1-800-TBI-FIND. Now let me please say this, and nobody take it wrong that I'm saying this. Please, if you call law enforcement or TBI, please have facts. Please don't call them like y'all did in Summer's case and say the psychic said this, or this is my opinion, this is my theory. Please don't do that. Please don't overwhelm them like what happened in Summer's case. And whether people want to believe it or not, in Summer's case, there was a lot of wasted law enforcement time, them having to chase down these non-truths. Okay? I didn't see how that benefited Summer's case at all. So let's remember this, okay? Let's remember this. And you're absolutely right, Flies. There's lots of water in that area. And just from researching cases and different things like that, I don't know a lot about autism, but I do know that it is said that autistic children are gravitate towards water. okay, gravitate towards water. So, that's great, Jude. That is so great if you can get out there and do that. I hope he's found. I do. I hope he's found. And I know we got our book. I know we got our book. I want his name in this book, and I want found written by it. I want found written by it. We need some hope in these child's cases. Okay? We need some hope. And look, I'm not saying anything about creators or anything like that that's talking about Summer's case. I guess I'm kind of different I guess I'm different from all of them. Y'all know I'm a different kind of character here. But I would love to have an update on Summer Wells that she has found. My hope would be that she's found and she's okay. Even after all this time, I don't care if it's 5 years. I don't care if it's 10 years. A parent never gives up hope. Brandy's never given up hope on Michael. But we've seen Summer's parents give up hope right when she went missing, right? Right when she went missing. You know, we all will never forget the phrase, I'll see her in the resurrection, right? That is good, Jude, because the weather is warm. It is warm. So I just hope nothing nefarious has happened. Happened to him. And they still have it. It is considered an endangered child alert. An endangered child alert. And I think some people let me pull that back up. Hang on. A missing endangered child defined. Missing endangered child alert is a missing child who is believed to be incapable of returning to the missing child's residence without assistance because of mental illness, intellectual disability, or another physical or mental disability. Okay? Hey, Pat. So that is a missing endangered child. A child who's incapable of returning to their residence without assistance because of mental illness, intellectual disability, or another physical or mental disability. So let's hop over to the Amber Alert. Amber Alert, an emergency response system that disseminates information about a missing person, usually a child, by media broadcasting or electronic roadway signs. Amber Alerts are issued for abducted children that meet the Amber Alert criteria. Amber Alert is only one tool that law enforcement can use to find abducted children. Amber Alerts are used in the most serious cases that meet the Amber criteria. Now, and I will end with this. I've got 15 minutes. I only have 15 minutes, y'all. But I will drop the link. How heartbreaking is that? How heartbreaking is that? I don't know, S. I just wanted to put it out there. And I will research it tonight. And when I do my live tomorrow, I will let you guys know. Okay, Jude, you run over there to your other channel. You're good. You're good in this hood, Jude. But I'm the only one that sings to you. Don't forget that. Okay? I sing to you. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on with it, but I will check into it tonight. And I will give an update on it tomorrow. I've got some other stuff I want to talk about tomorrow too. So, but yes, I'm going to try to stick with one thing at a time and kind of quit overwhelming myself by talking about 3 or 4 cases at one time. So, and I'm going to tell you guys this too. If you ever, is that you, honey?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
I'm hanging in there.
Good for you. How you feeling?
I'm not feeling real good, but I'm still going, moving forward.
You're not feeling good today?
Honey, I don't feel good any day.
Wow. Yeah, I knew you wasn't feeling good.
There's kissy kissy's over. Kissy kissy's over.
AC, you said it was okay if he was my honey.
It is okay. Just call us later. We got some news for you.
Okay, darling. I'll call you here in a little bit.
We wanted to pop up and say hello.
Okay,
Hi.
darling.
Honey wanted to say hello. Hello, honey.
Well,
Honey.
hello, honey.
We enjoy.
All right. I didn't hear you, honey. I cut you off. I'm sorry.
I just said we enjoy watching your channel so much. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
She tells me that you're coming on. I'm like, oh boy, let's get a drink and sit down.
Well, you know I get feisty. You like it when I get feisty. I know you do.
That ruler going.
Heck yeah. I got you guys as rulers too. I got to send to you. So
oh boy.
I'm going to have to, I got to get your address so I can send it to you.
Don't whack me with that ruler. All right. We love you. Bye-bye.
All right. Love you, girl. Bye. Okay. That's AC and Honey there. We got Bob and Susan. We got AC and Honey. I call Flies' husband Kentucky. I got nicknames for everybody's husbands. It's all good in this hood. But no, I will definitely check into that and see everything that I can find out for sure. Your husband likes me too? Dang, I got a lot of rulers I'm gonna have to send out. I'm trying to decorate him a little bit. Okay? I'm trying to decorate him a little bit for y'all. At least put RC on it or something. Then every time you get whacked with it, you can say, there, I didn't hit you with it. RC hit you with it. Yeah, I heard that, Debbie. I heard that he was, didn't have any clothes on. For sure. And he probably enjoyed that, right? He probably, that guy is so twisted in his mind. He probably enjoyed that. He probably enjoyed going nude to the arraignment. Because that's what they put them in when they say that they're going to unalive themselves. Right, here it is. You guys really want to see his naked butt? All right, let's see what they show us. I don't think they're going to show us anything, but hold on, there's a commercial. There's a commercial. How sick is this man? How sick is this man?
The Polk County Jail, it gives us a glimpse of Don McDougal's actions after he was charged with killing Audrey Cunningham.
The video shows McDougal as he is being arraigned on charges of capital murder. Our Maya Shea joins us now live with a video you will only see here on 13.
I'll check Miss Justice and see.
That's right. The video actually in the event, the arraignment happened on Wednesday, but we were just given the video as of today. It was made available today. And what's shocking, as you will see in the video, I think is really McDougal's demeanor. He seemed to be laughing at points. And what's also shocking is he's not clothed. He actually faces arraignment wearing nothing more than a blanket wrapped around his waist.
We got Steve McDougal, Don McDougal. We're going to get them out to get arraigned.
As Polk County Sheriff's deputies opened the cell door, they were clearly shocked that Don McDougal, charged with the brutal murder of 11-year-old Audrey Cunningham, had taken off all his clothes.
Come on. JP wants to talk to you. Where's your clothes? Hold on.
I ain't got no clothes.
Well, put your smock on for now. Well, come on out here. Well, no, man. You come on, man. Don't disrespect me like that. All right, well, wrap up in that. Wrap up in the blanket. Come on. Come on.
McDougal, seemingly wearing a smirk on his face, walks over to the Justice of the Peace to hear the charges against him.
You have the right to remain silent and not make any statement at all, and know that any statement that you make can and will be used against you at trial in court. You have the right to have an attorney present to advise you prior to or during the questioning.
McDougal is currently facing an aggravated assault charge in addition to the capital murder charge in the killing of little Audrey. This arraignment, though, is only for the capital murder charge.
You have the right to terminate any interview at any time, and you have the right to examine your trial if you're accused of a felony. Do you understand your rights, Mr. McDougal?
Yep.
Okay. Do you want a court-appointed attorney or you're going to hire your own?
Nope.
Which one?
I'll get an attorney.
You're going to hire your own?
Yep.
Okay. All right, all I need you to do is sign right here for me. Your charge is capital murder and it's a no bond.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Good enough.
Wow.
Yeah, and with that, this entire interaction lasted less than 2 minutes. He went back to his cell, again being held at no bond.
Oh my gosh. He had a towel, he had a blanket around him. As long as he didn't show his wingding to the women, you hope the judge stays female. I do, Teresa. I do like receipts for the right reasons. Well, what if he didn't have any clothes? If he was in the cell, if he said that he might unalive himself and they put him in a cell by himself, then they don't give him clothes. I don't know, Liplock, he might be. He said, this is what gets me. He said that he would hire his own attorney. Where's he going to get the money to hire his own attorney? That's what I would like to know. Seriously. Oh, they were on the floor, so he just took his clothes off. What a POS. The guy has no respect for women, and he probably knew that when he went out there, he was going to be speaking with a female. He probably knew also that there were female officers in the jail, okay? He probably knew that. I mean, it's like the guy gets off on crap like that. Craziness. Craziness. But I'm going to get off here, okay? I'm at 2.5 hours. I went a half hour over what I really was going to, but, you know, when we start talking about these cases, we just, you know, have good conversation about it. That's what's important, that we all have good information. And I appreciate you guys giving me, you know, your input or letting me know, oh no, Debbie, you're fine. Or letting me know about different things. I was going to pull it up anyway, Debbie, if I had time. So you didn't do anything. You did not do nothing, Debbie. So, but I'm going to get off here. So prayers to Audrey's family. I hope Texas does what Texas needs to do. No bull crapping around anymore. Thank you, Debbie. No bull crapping around anymore. I mean, seriously. Thank you, mods, for being here today and helping keep things rolling pretty good. I appreciate that. I really do. I know that, like I said, I know there was a lot of creators, other creators that were live, and I didn't know. I never look to see who's live when I go live. So I appreciate everybody who was here. It does mean a lot to me. I appreciate you guys a lot. So, you know, I'm human. Sometimes I get to feeling a little bit down too myself, you know, and it always makes me feel better when I can come on and talk to you guys and see everybody and stuff. So, are you going to be gone for a week, Debbie? Debbie said everybody have a safe week. Thank you, Kelly. I do appreciate you all. Thank you, Broke One Wing. I haven't seen you forever. Thank you. Nice to see you. Okay, Debbie. And I'm going to try really hard to start scheduling my lives and not schedule them a half hour before I do them. You're always working, broke one wing. Well, next time I go live, you tell them Remain Calm's live, and she said that y'all are supposed to give me at least an hour and a half just to sit down and relax. And they'll probably be like, we don't know who you're talking about. So no, you can't. But I appreciate you guys so much. I really do. And May, you know it's always good to see you. Pat Wicks, you know I adore you. I appreciate you popping in and letting me know you're okay and giving me a wave. So I know notifications aren't doing real well. AC, thank you. Thank you, AC. You're the sweetest. But yeah, definitely sometimes notifications don't work that great. And you know, for real. For real. So thank you, AC. That's gonna go for my daughter Pamela's flowers. We're getting there, y'all. So, and when I dye them, when I get them, and I need to dye them a certain color, I will do it so you guys can see how I do it. Because somebody said, if you have to dye the flowers, show us how to do it. So I will definitely show you guys. I'm really excited about it, actually. I hadn't done wedding flowers in a long time, but hey, you know what? Flower arranging for me is like riding a bike. I never forget how to do it, right? Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, guys. That means a lot to me. It really does. Because you guys know I'm really bad, and sometimes my content, YouTube is like, no, we're not paying you for the ads because you're not sophisticated enough. And I'm like, I am sophisticated. I don't care what YouTube says. So thank you, AC. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you guys so much. Vic and Cheryl, I have not forgot the paranormal stuff. I'm going to get everything in a row, get my ducks in a row on that. And I haven't forgot about that, okay? So don't y'all think I forgot about that. I haven't. So Flies, you know I love you, girl. You know I do. And I hope you're okay. So I definitely am going to call you because I was worried about you. That's why I didn't bother you today, because I knew that you wasn't feeling good. So I tried not to bother you. Poor Fly, she puts up with my crap all the time. She puts up with my crap all the time. She really does. She's a good friend to me. She really is. She really, really is. So, all right, 2:30, getting off of here. I adore you guys. Thank you, subs. Thank you, my mods. I do appreciate you guys very much. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, AC, for the super stickers. Super thanks. I appreciate that. It will be going to good use. And you guys are going to be doing those flowers with me. You are, because when I'm talking about something, I'm going to be doing the flowers. And so we'll do them together. I'm really excited about it. I really am. So, all right, I'm going to get off here because you guys know if I don't, I will sit here and talk to y'all all day long. You know it. So I appreciate you guys. If you like today, please feel free to give me a thumbs up for sure. So, May, we love you too, May. May, you've been around so long. You have. May, I think the first time I met May was in Nana's Angels chat. June 15th, it'll be 3 years since Summer went missing. And May, Nana's Angels chat is where we kind of we kind of met each other. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to get off here. It don't cost a dime to be kind. If you got to get a little feisty, go right ahead and do it. And I'm out. If you guys want me to check anything, please email me, okay? Email me, and I will check out whatever you want, okay? Just don't send me naked pictures. I can't do naked pictures. All right? That's all I ask. No naked pictures. Not that you guys would do that anyway, but, you know. For sure. Yes, thank you, Debbie. Thank you so much. Okay. Peace out, everybody. Have a good night.